NoSo Connection viewers, welcome into NoSo Best Match, Worst Match. I'm JT. That's Chad. We're from Wrestling Warzone. It's every Monday here, every other Monday, I should say, on the NoSo Connection, both on our YouTube channel and all of our podcast apps in audio and video format. We are going through the history of the Monday Night Wars. We are finally in 1997, which we are excited about. Took us a while, Chad, to get through 96, but
yes,
we have arrived. All right, today we're going to do a quick 5-minute game called NoSo Best Match, Worst Match. We have a list, courtesy of Ryan Gray, of every WWE wrestler that's appeared on a pay-per-view or an NXT TakeOver, or I think maybe even TV looking at this list. So we have 625 names. Chad is going to throw out a random number. We are going to pick the wrestler associated with that number and come up with their best match and their worst match on WWE TV/pay-per-view. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock, and we're going to see how many we can get through in that time. Chad, if you want to just track the numbers you give me so we don't repeat if we go forward on this. But
that's true too.
Yeah, so we'll do that. All right. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll hit the 5 on the clock here on my phone.
All right. I believe I am ready to get started.
Okay. And who's your first number?
I will do 31.
All right. 5 minutes on the clock. Number 31 is Charlie Dempsey. Pick a new one because I don't know who that is.
All right. 45.
All right. 45, Kenny Dykstra.
Ooh.
Kenny Dykstra.
Now, does he have, and I'm going to be cheating with some cage match, does he have some, I mean, we have the Spirit Squad matches.
He's got the one singles with Flair. Is that like No Way Out?
Yeah.
7 maybe, I think.
Yeah.
That might be his only solo other than Spirit Squad.
New Year's Revolution.
Okay.
07. Yep. And then the Spirit Squad. I mean, I almost think like, well, there is when Piper and Flair beat the Spirit Squad at Cyber Sunday.
The DX match isn't bad either with the at Vengeance or whatever. It's like a Saturday Night event style match.
I don't even know if he's in that.
Yeah, no? I thought they all, isn't it like 2-on-5 or whatever?
No, I'm not showing he's in that one.
Oh, I thought it was like all of them take on DX.
Maybe I thought it was too, but according to Cage Match, he's not. Oh, no. Never mind. That's the one with just Flair in it. Oh,
Vengeance, right? Vengeance 06. I think they all fight.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's all of them. I'd probably say that's, and that's probably his best. And I would say that Survivor Series match is pretty bad with Flair, Piper, Simmons, and Slaughter or whatever.
Slaughter's in it. Yeah. That one's no good. So we'll go Vengeance 2006. It's DX, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H versus the whole Spirit Squad: Johnny, Kenny, Mikey, Mitch, and Nikki.
All right, we're at 3:15 on the clock. Who's your next one?
All right, let's do 120.
120 is Mitch. I would say he probably is the same for Spirit Squad.
There you go.
What are the odds? What are the odds to get two fucking Spirit
Vengeance
Squad guys?
2006.
All right,
let's do 377.
I swear this is like Johnny. We're gonna. All right, Keith Lee.
Ooh.
Worst, I would say anything that's probably Bearcat related on Raw or whatever.
Now he has the Dijak match.
Yeah, that's gonna be his best, right?
I would think that would be the best. I can try to find the date on that.
And then I don't even know what his worst would be off the top of my head. I mean, if we're looking at TV, I'm sure he had something on Raw that wasn't great. I feel like all his big matches are pretty good.
Yeah, I think I would go with the TakeOver Portland, Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic or however.
Dijakovic.
Yeah, Djakovic Dijak match. That was right before the pandemic. I remember that being, I mean, they had a long indie series, but that one. All right, so we'll go with that.
Is there anything on there for his worst that's obvious, or?
Like
I said, it's got to be something on TV or whatever, some stupid match. Like I think all his takeover stuff was good.
He has some that are weird.
Right. We don't have to waste too much time on it. I'm sure there's some TV. We'll save the worst match for the ones we know are glaring. All right, we got about $1.30 left. Let's try and get two more in.
550.
All right, 550 is Chad Gable. I mean, it's got to be Alpha versus FTR, right? It's got to be his best one. Was it Takeover Dallas was the best for them?
Yeah, I think the Takeover Dallas is the best one of
He's
them
got some great
two.
single stuff too. That's like popped over the last couple of years. I mean, nothing that touches that probably, but I think he's gonna be one of those guys. I think a lot of people appreciate him now, but I think when you look back, he's gonna be one of those guys that like wow, he had like a ton of bangers all the time. You know?
Yeah, he's pretty consistent. I think he's like a pretty high floor,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know of anything glaring like that's bad.
I'm sure
His
there's some
him with
recent
Otis
stuff.
or
Yeah, yeah, I'm
whatever.
sure there's stuff. But even they're fun. I mean, I think he's definitely one of the most underrated guys they have. And they know it too because they use him a lot. Like I feel like folks think maybe he's under pushed, but he gets a ton of TV time the last few years. Like he's
Right,
always on Raw, or
right.
whatever, doing stuff. So all right, 30 seconds. Let's do one more.
401.
401. Ty Dillinger. You want to do him or another one?
I mean, probably him coming out of the Royal Rumble is the
That's
perfect
definitely his best
moment.
moment,
That's his best
easily.
moment. So that'd
Yeah,
be Rumble
yeah,
2018.
yeah.
We can just call it a day with that. I
All
don't
right, one
know.
more. We got 15 seconds.
100.
All right, 100 is Christian. We'll finish up with him.
Ooh.
Let's
All
turn
right,
the clock.
we'll go over the clock. We'll say since we got the
Yeah,
name,
let's turn the clock
let's
off.
think about this
Yeah, we got some tough ones.
because there's a lot for him
Mm-hmm.
for best. Like I mean, obviously, like any of the TLCs are in play, but
I was gonna say let's go singles. Because we know
okay,
his tag stuff, and a lot of it is 6 or 8 guys in there.
yeah.
Like, let's do his best work.
I mean, I would
Would
definitely
be Orton,
lean
right?
towards something with Orton in that 2011 series. I'm trying to think what I like best of that series, though.
I'm looking back. We did that on War, right? That series. So here's what
Yeah,
I got. Okay, so SummerSlam I had at 475. Was that their last one? That was the last
yeah,
one.
that's like the blow off.
Money in the Bank I had at 4.25. Capital Punishment I had at 4.25. Over the Limit I had at 4. That's their series. He's got the good stuff with Del Rio too, doesn't he? Like in 13.
There's actually, yes, he does. There's actually two. I know there's a great. Um, I think we'll probably go SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
Because that's iconic. But I will say, and I'm trying to find the date. I believe they have a really good. I thought they had like a SmackDown
They did have a
match
really good
that was
SmackDown match.
also
Yes.
really good.
That would have been what, 11? I have Aaron's spreadsheet here, but I think his is all just pay-per-views. Yeah, he's 4.5. He actually had the SummerSlam the low. No, he had the highest, but he has it at 4.25. The other ones he has at 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably
Actually,
be
he has
like
Over the Limit the best. He has
4.25.
4.5 for Over the Limit.
Okay.
That's Aaron's. I was gonna look real quick at the Del Rio match because I know Aaron likes that a lot. He has that at 4.25.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are going to be it. I can't imagine his solo stuff has anything higher than those. Because even
No.
Jericho at 20, that's probably like what, 4
Yeah, at
ish.
best.
Hit that. Yeah. So I don't know what his other big solo stuff would be. Because even Cena, like that's fine. Edge, I like the No Mercy 01 match, but it's not near the Orton stuff or Del Rio.
Christian's an interesting case where if you take out the tag stuff and just look at the singles, I think he's also someone that has a lot of like he always puts in good to very good and sometimes great performances.
Right.
But he's not going to be like littered with match of the year candidates.
Right.
And I think that's why, like, if you get in the debates of like Christian versus Edge, I do lean Christian, but it's more of a consistency, like he's just consistently been very good for me and has highlights obviously, but just not not those typical like WWE, blow off like Hell in a Cell stuff that Edge has. Like Edge has those big moments that if those hit for a lot of the crowd, they can be very memorable.
Yeah. Worst match is so much harder intuitively because these guys have so many matches. So I think for the series we'll mainly focus on best and we'll say if there's a glowing worst we can throw it out.
Yeah,
but like
we can probably get.
I mean, just some disappointing stuff with him probably, but like It's tough. Like, I don't know, him versus Gilbert or whatever probably could be one of his worst matches, but that wasn't the point of it, right? So it's hard to gauge. I mean, is the one that sticks out as like most disappointing where you expected more?
I
I think
Yeah,
him and Edge at Unforgiven for
him
me.
and Edge maybe. I mean, for me, probably actually No Mercy. Me and you flip flop on
Yeah,
those. But that series I think's a little disappointing, only because they were really catching on as a babyface tag team, and then they split them.
right.
I mean, we'll go through pretty much their whole run on War, but I would say in some ways their tag run just as regular in ring. I don't think there's not a lot of, if you remove the ladder
Mhm.
or any gimmicks, you're not getting many great
I
tags at
know it's just
all.
tough to say though because anytime they were put in this big spot, they had the gimmick. So it's like they
Yeah.
never really got like a big spot WrestleMania match to show what they could do without it if they had to really dial it up. I think the closest is that Rumble 01 match, which I like, decent amount, but against the Dudleys, which is it's not great, but I mean it's good, it's very good. So beyond that, all their other big matches, they always were put in a spot with a gimmick or nonsense, and that's just what they were given. So it's hard to judge and say, they couldn't do it right.
Maybe the Acolytes match at Fully Loaded, like that one gets a decent amount of
Mm.
time, and I find that to be, you know, 2.5 ish, like hovering in there. So
Okay. All right. Well, listen, hopefully you like this. We'll be back with a couple more of these. Check out everything we have to offer at the North South Connections. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Subscribe, leave us a comment, other games or ideas you'd like us to see do these quick hit videos. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.